Great job, guys. I'm proud to announce that the United States Congress passed my legislation, the Indian Reorganization Act.
We did it. We now control our own affairs.
Policy has been going on for too long. Now we're just individuals in their mainstream society.
Yes, but they designed it to end control of the Bureau of Indian Affairs and give the same rights to us as other minority groups.
No, we must oppose. We will gather our tribes and form the National Congress of American Indians.
You Indians should be just like us.
What's your problem now?
Voting rights. We would like to vote as well.
According to the Indian Citizenship Act of 1924, you're all citizens with voting rights. You may live now.
But there are loopholes in this act. Some states are excluded.
Including our state, New Mexico.
All right, we'll add it to our constitution. I'll contact the states of Maine and Arizona to do the same and avoid this problem.
My name is Barbara Jordan, and on behalf of the House of Representatives, I am proud to announce that I have succeeded in extending the voting rights to address discrimination against language minority groups. Yes, it is 1965, and some change was definitely in order.
Woo! Yeah!
About 90% of Native Americans go to school now.
So, our cultural needs and background are ignored. And many Native Americans drop out of school anyway. What's the point?
Stop it.
How is it possible that we're experiencing all the problems of the Native Americans around here? Unemployment.
I can't believe I lost my job.
Disease. And housing.
Hello, Peter, is it? We see you're experiencing some clear issues, and we've come up with an idea that we will continue what we started in 1944 until the year 1980, wherein which we will relocate you Native Americans.
Being integrated with white will fix all of your problems like alcoholism and high mortality rates.
But we don't have.
Great, you're now moving to Los Angeles now.
In past years, from 1945 to 1960, lobbying and slow progress has not made up for the prejudice us and Native Americans have suffered. And this year, at the American Indian Chicago Conference, the new generation of young and urbanized Native Americans will produce a declaration of Indian purpose. We will be involved in whatever programs concern us.
On behalf of Clyde Warrior, Melvin Tom, and Herbert Blatchford, I would like to announce that the National Indian Youth Council has been formed and will issue a statement of policy.
Yes, we will break away from the NCAI because they do not represent the views of the young. We will inspire increased militancy with the development of the American Indian movement.
Alright, let's begin with addressing these treaty rights. It has been made difficult for us to uphold these rights, due to marginalization of Native Americans and industrialization. We must bring these social issues to light. Unemployment, health, and housing issues all continue to rise.
Also, land rights is a problem we must address. Life on these reservations is hard. Plus, growing population needs to be accounted for. There are occasional discoveries of oil and minerals, but us Native Americans see none of this.
I hope that meeting helps to generate ideas on how to fix these problems. I don't want to relocate, but they said we have to.
We will move, but we will protest. There is some good news though. The Indian Lands Rights Association has been founded, and the organization will restore our tribal lands and will not accept money as a form of substitution.
I've also heard that the issue of treaty rights has been addressed, and it's rumored to be called the Trail of Broken Treaties, and it will be in effect soon.
Do you know that the Native Americans are paralleling what the blacks are doing? The NCAI is suing the states and the federal government over discrimination for education and employment and treaty rights. I don't even know what they want. Like, do they want to be part of the American society or to have their own identity?
I mean, that's just it though. They want their rights just like any other American, but they also want to preserve their tribal practices and beliefs. They want to be integrated, but not the way that other races like blacks do. The most dedicated Native American group was the American Indian Movement, founded by Dennis Banks and Clyde Billincourt. In spite of police harassment, many young Native Americans dressed in red, they paralleled the streets, just as the Black Panthers did in Oakland, California. As a result, there was a significant decline of arrests of Native Americans, with their aim being that they wanted to improve housing, education, and employment, as well as the overall image of the Native Americans. This would be the beginning to their protest. Between the years of 1969 and 1970, 18 branches were set up, and their first national convention was held in 1971.
Come on guys, the Trail of Broken Treaties should be approaching soon, and we must quickly join them. I heard the American Indian Movement members have taken part in the trail as well, and they will be taking over the Bureau of Indian Affairs offices.
Where are we going?
Washington, D.C.
And how are we going to get there?
By walking.
Guys, we have made some progress. It has been slow but tangible. Our Native American culture has been legally recognized by the American Indian Religious Freedom Act. We now have the right to believe, express, and exercise traditional religions, including access to sites, use and possessions of sacred objects, and freedom to worship through ceremonials and traditional rites.
The American Indian Movement has subsided, and President Reagan has decided to focus attention on other issues. However, we've made some great progress over the years.
Look at this country. There's economic crisis everywhere. We are under development as well.
I know. Everyone is running to the U.S. and major cities too.
Alright guys, this is what's going to happen. January of 1994, in Chiapas, we will hold the Zapista Rebellion. We must resist NAFTA and create the National Zapatista Liberation Army. Afterward, we will hold an Indigenous Congress in San Cristobal de las Casas and address 4 key issues. Anatomy, San Andres Peace Accords on Indigenous rights and culture, creation of a national movement for Indigenous anatomy, and redefinition of the relationship.